You might be thinking, I've studied in English. Surely I'm exempt. For example, I studied in English. But here's the actual truth. Most provinces will only offer you exemption if your first language is English or French and you were educated and you practiced that in that language continuously. If you practiced in English, if you've written all your exams in medical school in English, if you've seen patients in English, if your medical school training was in English, doc, don't waste time. Just write the test. Don't wait until the last minute because that delay can cost you an entire year. So even then, even when you've met those requirements, you still need to provide a lot of proof, written documentation from your medical school, your previous employer, so many things. And if there is any doubt, I will say, in order to make things very simple for you, don't wait. If you practiced in English, if you've written all your exams in medical school in English, if you've seen patients in English, if your medical school training was in English, doc, don't waste time. Just write the test. Because with that, it's safe, it's fast, and it puts you in control rather than, to go back and forth needing letters to prove that you were trained in English. Now, the other thing I want us to talk about is timing. Because that is the problem I've seen for many candidates. And when we don't get the timing right, at times there can be almost a year delay. Because remember that these programs across Canada have deadline, right? And so if you don't meet a particular deadline, because you don't have your language proficiency test, you may have to wait for the next date to write that exam. And by the time you wait for that next date, maybe something in your practice history might have also expired, your recency of practice. So what I want to say is that if you're applying for a program like the Alberta AIMG or trying to meet application deadlines for licensing, you must be sure that the language proficiency test, be it IELTS academic, be it CELPIP, be it OET, at the time you are preparing for this exam or at the time you are preparing for this program, your English test is valid. Don't wait until the last minute because that delay can cost you an entire year. So let's look at some tips we need to have in mind to crash the language test like IELTS, like OET, and like CELPIP. And these are the same tips we give to our students at Cognito. And they work. So let's share it right away. The first tip I want you to know is simulate the exam. Simulate the exam. Doc, don't study casually. Oh, this is English, right? Oh, this is English. No. Don't study casually. Sit down with a timer. Use official practice tests. If you go to the IELTS official page, if you go to OET, there are official practice tests you can use. Block out all distractions and train your brain to perform under pressure, just like the real exam test date.